Miss Lewis, this young man used to be a friend of yours. He's not anymore. It is your claim that he asked you to cash a check for him. You said, okay. Took the check, went to your bank, deposited the check, gave him some cash, and the check bounced, causing all kinds of fees. You want to be compensated for both the cash that you gave him and all the fees that were incurred by you as a result of this bounced check.
Correct.
And Mr. Chip says that he never gave you a check, right?
Correct.
You have a copy of the check?
I do indeed.
I'd like to see it, please. Is this the way the check looked when you cashed it?
I never saw the check. He deposited it into the ATM. He was
not true.
present with me.
Shh. I didn't ask you anything.
Your Honor, Chris and Nick were both there when he deposited the check into my account. I never saw the check. I asked to sign it, and he said, no, that's not that kind of check.
Okay. Do you have notification from the bank that it's a bad check?
I have my bank statement. They kept all the paperwork for their fraud department. They didn't give me any of that information. This one shows all the fees that were caused, and this shows the check deposited and the money that he withdrew that day.
What was the date?
It was October 22nd. It was a Thursday, around 7 p.m.
It wasn't October 22nd.
The check was deposited on October 22nd. The following day, I went into the bank to check
October 26th, ATM envelope deposit, debit adjustment, $200. So they adjusted it on the 26th.
Yes, that's the day that I went in with my grandmother to figure everything out. She had lent me money to unfreeze my account so I could receive my check from work. Otherwise, I would not have gotten paid.
Tell me what he said he needed the money for.
He called me on October 23rd asking for money to go to work over in Spokane on a construction job.
Don't open your mouth.
I take my job very seriously, and so I figured he did as well.
Well, you said October 23rd. I thought you deposited the check on the 22nd.
Sorry, the 22nd. I called the police on the 23rd. On the 22nd, he did call me, and he told me that he needed money to get to Spokane, which is a good 4-hour drive there and back. He was going to spend the weekend doing a construction job. I said, okay. He told me he had a check for $200. He would only need a certain amount, and the rest I could keep as a thank you. And I said, well, that's a little weird, but okay.
He had a check for how much?
$200.
And he needed how much?
He didn't give me a certain amount until we were there, which he withdrew to $120. So I had $80 left over.
Okay. Have him sign his name 5 times, please. You know how I love this job.
Said 5 times? 5, right?
Comes right after 4. Okay. Now you've done it 5 times?
5 times.
Just stop it! You've written your name 5 times. Before I look at it, sir, is this the way you usually sign your name?
Yes, it's my legal name.
Fine. Your name is Christopher?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know that I can actually read that?
It's good.
I can't read your signature on your answer, sir.
My answer?
Your answer. The document that you signed and swore to and told me was your story. Do you want to see your signature on your answer?
Yes, please.
Because it doesn't look like these 5.
Okay.
Now you know what I'm talking about,
yes,
Christopher?
I understand what you're talking about.
Do you understand what I'm talking about, Christopher? So when I asked you, is this the way you generally sign your name?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Could you explain to me why you signed your name in a different way when you signed your deposition?
I do it
your
Chris or
sworn
Christopher.
answer.
I could write it 5 times again for you.
No, listen to me. I want you to explain to me, sir, if this is the way you sign your name, which I can actually read.
Yes.
Why you chose to sign your name differently on the answer that you filed with the court. This court.
Yes, probably because I was in a hurry when I was writing it. I know it doesn't sound like a good excuse, but I left all the other paperwork at the hotel room, so I had a really, really short time to go through everything.